The 19th of May, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi, Behar.
Hey, it's your turn, Mayor. Pasuk Vav.
Vav, okay, so that's Kaf Hey Vav. Okay, so it says, V'haita Shabbat ha'aretz lachem le'achla lecha ule'avdecha ule'amatecha v'lisichircha ule'toshavecha hagarim imach. Okay, so it says, let's see, the resting of the land will be yours to eat for you and
And for
your servant and your maidservant, and the people you hire, the hired worker,
right?
and for one who toshav, I guess, dwells with you,
Right.
or the stranger, it should say hagarim. No.
Yeah, no, Hagorim Imach, who sojourn, literally means, who live with you.
Who lives with you. Oh, okay. Okay, so Rashi. It says, V'haita Shabbat ha'aretz v'gomer. Okay, so the resting of the land shall be. Af al pi she'asartim alecha. Okay, so even though she'asarti, I prohibited you.
He prohibited them upon you, meaning that the land, you're limited what you can do in the land. You can't do agricultural work, as mentioned in the Pasuk. With absolute rest for the land. You mustn't plant your field, you mustn't prune your vineyard, and you're not allowed to gather your fruit.
Oh, wow.
In other words, you're not allowed to gather your fruit, the fruit of your vineyard, and the grain of the field, even that which grows by itself. So you're pretty limited. So the Pasuk's telling you here, no. Even though I've prohibited you from using the land, I didn't forbid you to eat the produce of the land and not to benefit from the land. Hello.
Okay, Ela shelo tinhog bahem uvaal habayit. Only that you should not treat them like an owner of a house, it looks like.
That means, means as an owner.
As an owner. Oh, Balabayit is just the owner. Okay.
I mean, that's the term we use there.
Okay, right. Ella, rather, kol yihiyu shavim ba. All will be equal in it.
Everybody shall be equal in their rights to eat from the fruits, from the produce.
Okay.
Ato, you, uschilcha, and your hired worker, usoshavcha, and the one who dwells with you.
It's funny he left some of them out, but okay, very good.
Yeah, it's interesting why Dafka Rashi. I'm not sure why Dafka Rashi chooses those.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Let's go on.
Yeah.
It says, Shabbat ha'aretz lachem la'achla. Okay, so the resting of the land should be yours to eat. Okay, min hashavut ata ochel, from
something which has, should we say, rested, translated, from that which has rested. But you know, you may not eat from that which was guarded.
Oh, so you should not eat. Okay. The ata ochel, but you may not eat. Min hashamur. That was left over.
Not shamor. No, shamor means something which was guarded.
Oh, guarded.
If you have a field or an orchard or something like that, and you lock the doors and you don't let everybody eat from the produce, or make some arrangement that everybody can eat from the produce, then that makes not just you've been transgressed the prohibition of not letting people making it hefker and everybody being allowed. Not only that, it makes it forbidden to eat.
Oh, okay. Oh, because it has to be hefker to eat it.
Right. Only if it's hefker can you eat it.
Right, and this is just the opposite then of hefker.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And then it says l'cha, l'abdecha, l'amatecha. Okay, so for you, your slave and your maidservant. Lefi shenemar, since it says, the achlu evioni
amecha.
Oh, and the poor people should eat with you?
No, the amecha, the poor people of your people. The poor of your people shall eat.
Shall eat.
May eat.
Oh, amecha is your people. Okay, the poor of your people shall eat. Okay, yachol yihiyeh asurim ba'achila la'ashirim. Okay, so, but one might not be able.
Right. I might have thought that, Yochel, I might think, you asurim ba'achila la'ashirim. That for rich people, it's forbidden to eat. It's only permitted for poor people to eat the produce of Shvius, or the produce of Shemitah. Talmud Loma.
So the pasuk says, "Lecha u'abdecha v'la'amatecha." Okay, so for you, your slave and your maidservant. Hare ba'alim. So Hare is here now. The Baalim, the owners, the Avadim and the slaves, Ushifachot and the slave women, Amurim Khan, are said here. Wow, okay. So you might have thought one way, but that's why it said all of these different things in the pasuk. Okay, good. And the last Rashi, U'leschircha, okay, so your hired worker and the resident who's with you. Af hanikarim, and even the non-Jewish people. Oh.
Yeah. So the chiddush is Rashi's learning or spirchol so shavka means even non-Jews, and the chiddush is that I might have thought, right?
Right.
The word schircha so shavka is referring to is for Odafka Jewish servants, and only Jews are allowed to eat produce of the Shemitah year, because it has an extra holiness. So, but Chazal learn out from this pasuk, no, that the Schir Chol is so Shavcha is referring to even to non-Jews, and there's no limitation on non-Jews from eating Shvius produce of the Shemitah year.
Oh.
So produce grown in Shemitah, even though it has a certain level of holiness, it can be eaten by non-Jews.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Pasuk Zayin.
Believe v'lachaya asher be'artzecha tiyeh cho tevuasa le'echol. And for your animal and for the beast that is in your land shall all its crop be to eat. Rashi says, V'livhemtecha v'lachaya im chaya, if it is a wild animal, ocheles, it may eat.
Well, it means im chaya ocheles behema lo kol sheken. Means if you can allow a wild animal to eat of the Shvius produce, and what is the should we say the distinction between a domesticated animal and a wild animal as far as Shvius is concerned? A domesticated animal, you have the responsibility to feed it. So I would have said, well, if I've got a responsibility to feed my domesticated animals, obviously I have to have what to feed them. So therefore the Torah would permit you to give them even the produce of the Shemitah year, of the 7th year. But wild animals, they'll fend for themselves. What difference does it make to you? Right? So that's what Rashi is saying. If a wild animal is allowed to eat, certainly a domesticated animal, for sure, you can be allowed. Why? Yeah? Hello?
Okay, let's see.
Are you with us?
I'm with you, but I'm not really following you. You're I think you're reading ahead.
Okay, so read at your pace. Sorry, we'll go back again. Okay, start from the Rashi again.
Okay, so v'livhemtecha v'lachaya im chaya, if a beast ocheles may eat behema lo kol shechen, a domesticated animal, is it not certain?
That it may eat.
She
Why? What's now? Rashi goes on to explain.
shemizono seha alecha, for its sustenance is upon you. I don't get that. Why is it sustenance upon you? It's a it's a domesticated animal. You're
It's a domesticated animal.
Ma Talmud Lomar. Why does the verse say v'livhemtecha, for your domesticated animal? Makish behema lachaya. It compares a domesticated animal to a wild animal. Kol zaman shechaya ocheles min hasadeh. All the time that the wild animals are eating from the field, ha'achel livhemtecha, feed your animal, min habayis, from the house. Kala lechaya min hasadeh. If it has been finished for the wild beast from the field, kalei livhemtecha min habayis. get rid of it for your animal from the house.
Was the fact that you can allow wild animals to eat it is like an indicator till when. It's giving a timeline till when can you feed your animals in the house, only when it's still available for the wild animals in the field.
Mm.
In other words, when there's no food out there, you have to stop feeding your animals?
That's right, he's carry on. Right? As long as there's still the food produce available in the fields for the wild animals, then you can feed your animals, your domesticated animals from what you have in the house. But kala lachaya min hasadeh, it's no longer available for wild animals in the field. Kalei lebehemtecha min habayis. Then you may no longer feed your domesticated animals from what you have in the house. And this is what's termed by Chazal as Zman Habiur. And it's important halacha to know that it's only permitted to eat shvius produce towards the end of the Shemitah year. Each fruit or vegetable may have a different Zman Habiur, different time when it's no longer available. But once it's reached that time, then you may no longer eat or hold on to quantities of produce in the house of that particular type of fruit. Let's give an example of apples. Once the apples are no longer available for the wild animals in the field, then you may no longer hold on to quantities of apples in your house. Why you term it that way? The Parsha seems to be saying you may no longer feed your domesticated animals apples. That is true, but the limitation is only if you hold on to certain quantity of, let's say, apples in order to feed your animals from in the house, to feed the animals which are with you in your reshus, in your domain. But small amounts of, let's say, apples, let's talk about the example of apples. Small amounts of apples you may hold on to even after the Zman Habir, even after the time when it's no longer available for wild animals in the field. Small quantities of apples, mazen shalosh sudis, the quantity you would have to eat for 3 meals, that you're still allowed to hold on to even after Zman Habir. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Let's go on. Pasuk Ches, Mea.
וספרת לך 7 שבתות שנים, 7 שנים, 7 פעמים, והיו לך ימי 7 שבתות השנים, 49 שנה. Okay, so you should count for yourself 7 Sabbaths, Shabbats, I guess.
Right.
7
sabbatical years.
7 sabbatical years, 7 times.
7 years, 7 times.
7 years, 7 times. Okay. And
see, Rashi's going to think this sounds a little bit tautologous, the Pasuk, language of the Pasuk. Rashi's going to explain.
Okay.
And
for you, the days of the 7
sabbatical years
sabbatical years
shall be
for you 49 years.
right.
Okay. So Rashi, Shabbatot Shanim, sabbatical years. Shmitot Shanim. So the Shemitah years. Yachol Ya'aseh Sheva Shanim Ritzufot Shemitah. Okay, so one is able.
I might have thought. Yochel, I might have thought. Ya'aseh Sheva Shanim Ritzufot Shemitah. Might think 7 consecutive years of Shemitah.
Oh wow!
Ya'aseh Yovel Achrem, and then make Yovel after them. No, Talmud Loima.
Okay, Talmud Lomar, Sheva Shanim, Sheva Pamim. So 7 years, 7 times. Aveo Mer, that you should say, Kol Shemitah Ushmitah Bismana. Okay, so each Shemitah at its time.
Right.
Wow.
So 7 years, 7 times.
7 years.
Right. Each Shemitah in its time, meaning it's only considered a Shemitah if preceded by 6 years of agricultural work. Then the 7th year of that 7-year cycle is going to be Shemitah. But you can't, let's say, not it's work the year 42 years and then make 7 consecutive years of Shemitah followed by Yovel. You can't do that. Every Shemitah has to be the 7th year.
Okay.
Okay, let's do the next Rashi.
So in the 7 and the days of the 7 years, Sabbaths, shall be for you. Magilucha, this tells you, She'af al pi shelo asita shmitot, that even if you didn't do the Shemitah, say Yovel, you still do the Yovel year. Oh. Ulesof arba'im v'teisha shana. And in the end, or at the end of the 49, you do the Yovel at the end of the 49 years. Peshuto shel mikra, and the simple meaning of this pasuk, Ya'aleh lecha cheshbon shinot hashmitot. Okay, so Ya'aleh lecha should add for yourself.
Or should count for you. That's really what
count for yourself. Cheshbon is an accounting, I guess. That the
Cheshbon means
years will add up.
Shemikra means Yalu lecha cheshbon shneis hashmitas lemispar teishav arba'im shana. Shuta means that the 7-year cycles will total for you 49 years.
It will total 49.
There's obviously a cheshbon you can make yourself if you've been to pre-1A. Okay, maybe it's a bit presumptuous, but 2nd or 3rd grade for sure. Right?
Right. Okay.
Okay. So then that counts for 49 years. It's interesting. This mitzvah, Rashi doesn't mention it over here, but the mitzvah of counting the years was only incumbent on Beis Din. So it wasn't incumbent on every individual. Whereas the Sfiras HaOmer, which sounds very similar, right, is on each individual. And that's why Sfiras HaOmer, it says in the plural, Usfartem lochem mimachoras haShabbos, And by Yovel it says v'sofarta lecha in the singular, because it's a mitzvah on the Klal Yisrael as a unit, as a nation, as a people. They must count. So that's why it's used in the singular. Okay, I think we'll adjourn here, and we're up to Pasuk Tes.
Okay, very good.
Very good.
Thank you, Rabbi. Have a good day.
Great day. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye now.
See you, Mayor.
Okay, bye, Lou.